Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. Today I'm using Jamie Sawyer's Path, her deck. It's a little smaller and easy to shuffle, so I'm gonna just do it this way. Cover your ears. No one can close their ears. Cover your ears if you don't like this sound, okay? All right. There, that's not too bad. Okay, so this reading will be for Monday, excuse me, May 31st, 2021. And as always, I'm looking for a, this is how I'm going to allow for reversals with this deck. I'm looking for a message to help us heal our souls. And also for, help for the day. Being that it's the beginning of the week, it's a holiday, right? It's right in there with, what is it? It's Memorial Day. Is it Memorial Day? It's got to be. It's because it always lands on a Monday. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I have to apologize. I think last week I said the days were wrong. I got the dates right. I always have the dates right, but I had the wrong day when I was describing the video. So pay attention to the date on the thumbnail. That'll help. Okay. So what is it that we need to know for Monday, May 31st? And I double-checked that's the right day. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords. Our theme is the High Priestess. Ooh, now this is not a bad combination together, actually. And other card is the Hierophant. So we have, I've got it. I have a simple, short message if you're really in a crunch for time today. And what I would say is that listen to your inner voice. To be in your own authority. Spiritual law is deep down inside of you. And if you listen to your own inner voice and you listen deeply, meditation and in silence, or candle gazing even, you will not betray yourself. That's the key to life. So there's the short message if you're really crunched on time today. But let me go a little deeper into the meanings. And it's interesting that all the cards came up. Well, first of all, we have two major arcanas. And they're all upright. So diving into the High Priestess, like I said, she's all about connecting with your higher self. She does represent the higher self for me. She represents trusting ourselves and that deeper understanding, like our cosmic intelligence within. And you can see with the beautiful artwork here, the moons all over the place, and she has the like sacred scroll of the Torah, and stars, water, moon, the universe basically is all around her, and she knows that wisdom is deeply embedded within every cell of her body, that the universe is within. It's such a trick, we're born here and into this dualistic realm. We are unitive beings, spiritual beings, and then we're slammed into this dualistic realm where we're kind of forced as little ones to look outside of ourselves for our sustenance, to get our real needs met, because we come in, utterly helpless. But deep down inside, in the core of every cell in our bodies, even as an infant, we have this wisdom. We have all the wisdom of the universe. But this interface with reality on Earth, which, it's a temporary reality. It's not the real reality because it's a temporary reality that is based in duality so that we can get our lessons faster. This is Earth school. Looking at the Hierophant, I often remember Earth school because it's ruled by Taurus. It's a grounded earthly element. Now, in that what's the word? Predicament. The human predicament that we're put in as a little one, where we can't meet our own needs ourselves. We're completely dependent on our caretakers. If we don't get those real needs met, or to the degree they're not met because there is no perfect caretaker, we tend to take it personally. We tend to think that there's something wrong with us, or we're somehow inadequate, or not good enough, or that we don't matter, or that we're too much, or somehow, there's somehow some inferiority and deep inadequacy. And it's not true. It's a lie. The truth is that you're whole and complete within. But because it's part of our deepest separation in ourselves is to think that there's something wrong with us when the outer world doesn't match our inner beauty and love and light, and truth. It's all the same. When I say love, I think of light and truth. It's the same thing, and vice versa. Like real truth is completely loving. So the challenge here is, as adults, is to wake up and remember that there's nothing wrong with us. We can make mistake after mistake after mistake, and we can heal and heal and heal. And it doesn't matter what we have to go through, because if we're focused to come back inside of the wisdom, the deep emotional wisdom, the deep finer feelings, subtle feelings of the moon, if we can remember to come back to that cosmic force of love, then we are going to be in alignment with spiritual law. If we go out of alignment with spiritual law, we will betray ourselves. To me, that's what the Three of Swords is all about. On the deepest spiritual level. And it's a mental, all the swords are mental thoughts, and it can happen sometimes because somebody says something mean or cruel to us, or uncaring or unthoughtful, unkind in any way, and then it might make us freeze up and go silent, and then we might wonder why, and we might make them the outer authority, which is what we do when we're little tiny babies and we're faced with our parents. Imagine being born. You've come from this realm of 100% bliss and love, and then you have to make it through this birth canal. I'm sure it's much easier to die than it is to be born. I'm sure there's death in the birth. And then you have to fit your big being inside of this little tiny infant. Thank goodness the cells are multiplying really quickly, and babies grow fast. But imagine being a big being coming from bliss and having to fit inside of a little tiny body. That's going to feel like a betrayal, and it's not going to feel like bliss anymore. And you're going to be very, 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 we are all, without being consciously aware of how hard it is, we're all going to be confused. And so if we can remember that, to give ourselves, just to back off and give ourselves a space, to not judge ourselves harshly, because sometimes the Hierophant can be about comparing ourselves against others and betraying ourselves, and because we forgot that to connect with who we truly are inside means that we have to go inside. In order to be in our own authority, as in, the Hierophant, where all the spiritual laws are inside, what we have to do is go inside. You can look for spiritual law on the outside. I find it in the cards all the time. I have, things, anything I want to read, I can find, right? We can all do that. We can heal by our connections with each other. But any good connection will help you to go inside your own wisdom. If there's any outer authority or so-called authority that says, I am the one, I'm the one that knows and you have to come to me, I wouldn't trust that. because any true authority will teach you that you have everything within. You know, it's like the church of the inner being instead of going to the Pope, is the way I look at it. But that's just me. The Hierophant also brings in the element of our belief systems. And so whatever we believe in, we're going to try to, until we grow up, we're going to try to conform. This is a card of conformity. But the High Priestess is here saying, and remember, she's at the second gateway. All the major arcanas are gateways, except for the Fool. I tend to look at it as, the traveling through all the gateways. But she comes in second. We have the Magician first. That is the reminder of the power of the word and that you have everything within you to create your own reality. But then she comes along and says, wait a minute, you have to go inside. You have to connect with your higher self. You want to make sure that you're in clear intelligence, that you're understanding the deeper forces within. And you want to learn to trust yourself, but to the degree that we can trust our creative powers, what's in between these two cards, right? It's the mother and the father. It's the empress and the emperor. So empress creativity and emperor structure, and then we've got a greater community that helps us to be a group of, part of a group, be a part of like the group consciousness is the way I see it. This would be the structures of society. So back in the old days, it would be, you have your parents and then you have your church, all right? Well, we don't necessarily need that anymore, but if you have it in a way that's loving and kind and supportive into coming into your own, then by all means stick with that, because I'm sure it's a beautiful experience and would be a wonderful community. So this is very much a community card. But the message here to me, just on the most mundane levels, and this could be great for any day, is to never betray yourself. Listen to your own inner wise guide, your own inner voice. There's a lot to do here with the Hermit, but this is more intuitive. Well, they're all intuitive, but the Hermit and the High Priestess here, they're both intuitive. It's just that the Hermit is more about having gone through some difficult challenges here and there. There's a place of needing to go deeper inside. But I think the Hermit probably always comes back to the gateway of the High Priestess, because she is about going inside. She is about being silent. She's all about trusting your intuition. So that's where you'll find your clarity, and that's the only way that you'll stop betraying yourself, if that's what's happening. Because, like I said, the Three of Swords can be, on the deepest level, rejecting yourself, losing yourself, being betrayed, but the outer always reflects the inner. So if we betray ourselves, we're going to be betrayed from the outer. That's just how it works. If we give ourselves away too much because we don't really know who we truly are and we're trying to conform, then other people will betray us. They won't respect us. Which is why this is often a card of heartbreak. It can sometimes just be a little bit of unhappiness, and if that's the case, again, the message is still the same. It's always an inside job. If you go inside, you can connect with your only true source of happiness is inside yourself. If you project outwardly onto anyone else, a church, parents, society, friends, anyone outside yourself, another relationship, if you make them the ones who are responsible for your happiness, you're betraying yourself. You cannot do that. You have to find your wholeness within. But it's, that's that's part of the human predicament. So my prayer is that that this reading can serve for something that that can guide you on your way, for you to find your own wholeness, for you to never compare yourself against anyone else, because that's, that violates spiritual law. And that you keep coming back to that deeper understanding of who you truly are, and every time you go inside you find more and more and more and more, because that's what's there. You're not going to find emptiness. It might feel like that at first. You might go through little, like spiraling in experiences where you're curiously searching within, but when you go within over and over and over again, you finally get into the core of who you are. That might be why she has this cool moon necklace right there on her third chakra, on her solar plexus. You get deep down inside of who you truly are. It's a vast universe of endless possibilities. Is the way I experience it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. She's got a pineapple tattoo here. It's like just kind of exploring the images on this card. It's really interesting. Grounded in the earth, but in the of the water and of the air with the clouds here. Gorgeous artwork. I tend to like looking at it because I'm too big of a wimp to get any type of a tattoo. I know I couldn't handle it. So this is my diving into tattoo land with the artwork. So, okay, well, that's all I have for today, you guys. Take care. Bye.